Welcome back to the podcast, Poddy McPodcast. We haven't named it yet. We're still working on the name. A work in progress. That might be the name.
Work in progress. I'm pretty sure that's been used.
Is it? Oh, okay. No copyright infringement, please. So, on the train up on the way up here, we were speaking about Christmas as that's coming up. It's going to date the video massively, but I think it's, we're a little way from it now. It's a subject that I guess I think I've kind of been on sustainability as in some respect from like a very young age.
You've been talking about creating a Christmas card app or website of some sort for a long time.
For me, it goes back further. I think like from the age of like 12, I genuinely remember just saying to my mum and dad, like, don't worry about buying me stuff. Like, I don't want faff. I don't want you to have to fill the stocking with stuff that
You've been a Scrooge since a very young age.
Yeah. I'm full on Grinch.
Are you still a Scrooge now, or have you grown out of
that? It's there. I genuinely love giving presents to people.
Yeah.
I
feel the same.
But I genuinely don't care if I get something back.
I feel like that. Yeah. I feel like I'm a good present buyer, and nobody else is.
I bought you stuff.
I love the stuff you buy.
Good.
But everybody else, no.
But I think when obviously the topic and the subject of the podcast is sustainability, so I think where for me it comes in, and being a bit of a Grinch, is actually there's like a huge amount of waste at this time of year, and I just think it's so unnecessary. There's so much peer pressure to, especially for gifts and all the stuff that comes with it. It's just too much.
There is so much waste. You look at the bin bags that are on the street the morning after Christmas, besides the actual Christmas trees laying on the curbs, but the bags full of wrapping paper, unwanted rubbish, toys, last year's toys that these ones are replacing, or last year's products, not just toys but adult stuff as well.
Yeah.
That's being thrown out because the new stuff's coming in.
And there's so many gimmicky things, and stocking fillers, and it's just you buy something because I haven't bought many things. I've only got 3 things. They need 7, because 7 looks like a number that's like looks like I love them. Do you know what I mean? Like there needs to be a certain size of a pile of presents.
It's token presents as well, isn't it? Because like you're an auntie or an uncle, you're going, or a cousin or something like that.
Yeah, you have to buy something.
To get something. Yeah. Token presents when you go and see the Santa go and sit on Santa's knee.
Yeah,
he'll give you a little thing, and it costs pennies for them, obviously, because it's just a gimmick of what they're doing. But then that little thing is ending up in your house, and it's just going to be thrown out eventually. And it's rubbish. It's just pure plastic.
Yeah. It's just full on crap. Like especially for kids as well. It's just. There's toys and there's little activities that is just 99% waste. There's cardboard with plastic inside it, with other things that are wrapped in plastic.
Yeah.
We had one with the kids. It was like a gem finding thing, and you had these like clumps of like sandy clay thing, and the kids had these little plastic tools to break them open to find the gems, which were like, it wasn't, it wasn't at all. But like they had these little like square things that didn't look like the gems and asteroids that were on the box. They were these little crappy stones, and it's like that's what you kept. But the box is that big. The plastic inside it is immense. All the sand and the crap that you had to break away is obviously just packaging, essentially, and it's just these little wasted things. And it just it typifies.
It's just a one-time game, right? So you do it once, and then you ended up with the little the crystal things at the end, and that's it. There's no.
But we get to the point, especially in times of Christmas or kids' birthdays as well. Like that's a whole other topic, but like we have to buy something. There has to be something there. So these things then appeal to you because they're easy. They're a £5 from one of these cheap shops. They're the stocking full of stuff that you can wrap up. Looks good, kids get excited for 5 minutes, and that's it.
Yeah,
and then you've got another bag filled on the curb.
So what do we do? We looked into alternative to wrapping paper, right? So you get the
Yeah.
reusable wrapping cloths, and you kind of learn how to do the knots and things. That's really cool. I think there's a few different options though. There's like, just recycling paper for one.
Yeah. I think
Newspapers, for instance.
there's
So there'll be loads of
recycling stuff,
options.
isn't there? There's making things reusable, which is a good thing. But I think the ultimate thing and the big challenge with any sustainable topic is refusing. So just using less, refusing to
Just
buy
turn
stuff.
down those presents.
Yeah,
I don't want any. Sorry, Nan. Take it back.
yeah.
I think that might upset some people.
No, not refuse in terms of that, but just just buy less. The stigma around buying presents and the amount that you have to buy people, or
But that's driven
you know,
by kids, though. Kids expect it, and if they don't,
but that's driven by us.
is it?
Yeah,
Because I know
no kid has
my
woken up, has been born and gone, oh, I need 10 presents. Where's my stuff from Santa? Like we project it onto them. We put those expectations into the kids.
It becomes like a
And-
competition at schools. I remember, one kid would get something for Christmas, and then the other kids wanted it. The TV just as bad. The TV's telling
Yeah.
us what we want for Christmas. I'm talking about me as a kid. I remember watching a TV and knowing that I wanted a PlayStation when they first came out.
Yeah.
I remember someone else in my class would get a PlayStation for Christmas. Why didn't I? And that's
Yeah.
it's a massive driver.
Peer pressure.
Mm.
That's the driver from the kid's perspective and from an adult perspective. Like, do I want to be seen as the people that don't buy the kids all the presents? Like, can you deal with the pressure of having just two presents for the kids, or reusing stuff, like re-gifting? Like, why do you have to spend money on it?
Yeah. How would you go about, and you have kids, so it might be easier for you to answer, how would you go about telling your kids why they're not getting the PlayStation?
I haven't worked it out.
No.
It's a real.
It's a hard one.
Yeah, I try to act responsibly around all of it, but it's a hard conversation to have with everybody else, because they all want to do the same thing. They all want to spoil the kids,
Yeah.
and the habits are ingrained. It's a hard conversation to have, and
It's
I
probably
haven't worked out how to win the battle yet.
It's one of the same habits that are staying with us all through our lives as well.
Yeah,
And then when we're adults, we've still got this, well, everyone else has got it, so I want it. I deserve it. Everyone else has it.
yeah.
Attitude.
It's a massive social dilemma. And I think it's maybe just trying to do bits and pieces. So, like, you can't change that whole season in one go. You can't. It's too much. Like, going back to like the cards and stuff, those are the things where we can start to change some of these traditions and make it more sustainable, because you can't have every kid in the country at school taking in 20 to 30 cards for each one of their classmates. Each one of them does that. Across the country, it's like millions upon millions of throwaway cards
It's a huge industry.
that just fill up the recycling bags for the
Yeah,
following
exactly.
week. It's deferred recycling. I'm going to pay you money, which we all want to save a bit of money anyway. This is where I go full Grinch mode. But like, you can't go and buy a load of cards, spend a couple of £1 on 30 crappy little cards. The kids then give them out. They receive 30 back from their classmates. You put them somewhere in the house for a week. Then you put them in recycling.
So this is why we come to the conclusion that we need an app or a website of some sort of non-wasteful
Yeah,
way
because
of telling someone Merry Christmas.
yeah, you don't want to compromise the experience and the genuine kind of message that people want to share. You couldn't take birthday cards. Same concept. You're just literally giving someone some cardboard to
Throw in the bin.
throw in the bin the week later. You want to maintain the relationship and the thought process that goes behind that.
Yeah, and
Like, you don't want to
somehow
cut that out.
keep the tradition somehow, so people feel that it's still getting that tradition.
Yeah. It's trying to find the purpose, and again, kids don't care if they got a Christmas card from one of their mates. It just says to such and such from such and
My
such.
family love cards, birthday cards, Christmas cards.
Yeah.
If I don't give someone a card, my dad especially, it feels like he's just been forgotten. And
Yeah.
it's the
Yeah.
end of our relationship.
But equally, if you said, okay, well, it's not actually the card that's important, it's the thought.
Oh, no,
So if you were to phone him up, take him for a beer,
I wish it was that simple.
Yeah, everyone's different, right? But it's the large scale stuff.
But
isn't
I think that's a big thing. I don't think it's just my dad that's like that. I think there's a lot of people that really cherish that, and that's like a signifier that they've been remembered.
Yeah,
At
absolutely.
Christmas or their birthday.
Yeah.
Even if you turned up and said, "Hey, I didn't get your card. I've come here to say hi instead."
Yeah.
It's still not the same message.
I don't know. I think it's the thought that counts. So if you did pick the phone up and say, look, I want to have a chat with you, how are you, what you doing, I think that would carry the same weight, you know? So I think he's trying to find alternatives rather than just falling into this pattern of...
Yeah.
I have no idea how much the card industry is worth, greetings cards, but there's cards for everything, and it's just ridiculous.
Every day's a day.
Yeah, everybody's different. I get it, right? And I don't expect it just to completely stop, but I'm not fussed if no one sends me a Christmas card or a birthday card.
We need to get working on this new product then.
Absolutely. Yeah,
there's no non-wasteful.
We need. Yeah, I can't just keep talking about it. We've got to do something about it.
So tell me, what do you like about Christmas?
I love it. I genuinely love it. I love the food. I love giving people gifts that mean something.
No, I completely agree.
I love the music. I love all of it.
I love all of it. I love the whole thing.
Yeah.
But there is just so much waste, and we could do so much to change that.
Yeah, 100%. So this is an interesting one, right? So where do you sit in terms of Christmas trees? Plastic, which is probably not very good. There might be some sustainable versions now that we could get, or a real tree, but you're cutting down a tree.
The whole concept is just
it's
wrong,
weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
going back to what I was saying earlier about all the trees being sitting on the curb.
Yeah.
The week after Christmas.
Yeah.
So all these trees have been grown, which is great. It means that there was probably 5 or 6 years of these trees growing.
Yeah,
which is great.
CO2.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, lots of carbon storage. But then we chuck all that carbon on the street again. Where does that go? Is that a good thing? I'm not sure. It's probably
it's probably better recycled than other stuff. But
the worst thing, I'm guessing, would be to buy a plastic tree every year. That would be the worst one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But if you did get a plastic tree and you kept it and used it for years and years and years, then
that's probably going to be
probably good.
Yeah.
That's probably good too.
Yeah.
But then, does that mean that there's not a Christmas tree growing out there somewhere?
Because someone hasn't planted one.
Because someone hasn't planted it. Because I'm not going to buy it. Because I've got a plastic tree in the loft.
Well, yeah, but you could just plant a tree and leave it to grow into a proper tree.
We need to do some maths again. We have to go away and come back with the maths on this one.
But these are the conversations, right? Aren't they? These are the sort of scenarios that we can raise and say, okay, well, what is the best thing for us to do with that? Because you can't just say, well, let's not have Christmas trees. You can't just remove stuff. We've still got to live. We've still got to enjoy certain times of the year in different ways. But we need to be more sustainable with it all. So it might be that, yes, we've got plastic ones, but let's hold on to them for as long as physically possible and not be wasteful and reduce the amount of cards we send, how much wrapping paper we use, and how many presents we give to each other.
We'd love to hear what you guys think of what parts of Christmas we think you could do without, parts we think we could reduce, and if anyone's got any idea on how to work out the best and most sustainable way of having a Christmas tree in your house. We'd love to hear from you in any case.
Ciao for now.
Ciao for now.